shooting as well in conference play. Over the last 4 games, has only shot it at a 31% clip. You're taking away his dribble drives. That closeout there was as if he's a knockdown shooter. I think you want Martinelli taking threes on the perimeter.
Patterson finds a little jump.
Only playing 5 minutes a game these last 6, but we know he can get to the line and we know he can get to the rim. Tough finish though, ton of English.
Mid-range jump shot. There's an answer from Patterson. Harper, a little out of control. Minnesota trying to climb back into it. And they've been so good on the road this year. 5-4 in Big Ten play. How about that? And a chance at 3 for Patterson.
Mistake, and Dylan Grant uncontested to the rim.
To Cali, kicks it to Patterson. Crowd imploring, they want to stop. Patterson blows by though, counted and the foul. Ceiling. Patterson, no. Another try on the reload. Yes. Not done yet. Well, no.
Much better here early on. Wisconsin 5 of 7 from the field. They've knocked down 2 threes, and that offense is in quite the rhythm.
So Gophers in a scoring drought, pushing 3.5 minutes. Also a common storyline at home, and often in the first half.
They've got a great crowd here tonight. You got to give them something to cheer about, though. Get these people on. That's a big jump. 5 ways, which Minnesota is. Frank Mitchell has to switch up. He's just a little too far back there. John Blackwell off the screen, letting it go.
Only made 3 this half for the Badgers, and John Blackwell adding 2 is banner night. Patterson will pull up.
That's a tough shot.
Scoring, just picked up his 4th foul. Here's Patterson.
Gophers take the lead with 8:30 to go.
The Twin Cities. Patterson scores off the glass, and Ben Johnson will call a timeout. And Greg Gard closing in on his 14th win over the Gophers as the Badgers head coach. Patterson.
Hear it from this crowd a little bit. Sejan was fighting his feet, Kevin, and faded away. That was a very difficult shot, even if he had everything underneath him.
And Patterson, 2 more and a timeout for Lewis off the bench. Hard bounce to Gary. Gary in traffic. Can't get that one to go. A lid on it for the Huskers right now. 1 for their last 10 from the floor. Minnesota trying to extend that 7-0 run.
And they're trying to extend every possession to shorten the game, to limit the number of possessions for Nebraska who wants to get up and down the floor.
Back it goes to Patterson. Patterson with 3. It's been that kind of half for Nebraska. Patterson, elbow jumper is good. Patterson.
In the first 20, a lot of that because of foul trouble, but nice job of making himself available off that dribble drive by Cali.
Garcia jumps that pass to Patterson, filling the lane for 2.
Nice job by Patterson. Good help by Fox.
Williams drawing a lot of attention. Bryce Williams stripped out his hands by Parker Fox. Your senior making a nice play for Minnesota. Patterson deflected very nicely to Osama. Out to Patterson for 3. When it's going your...
It's just enough of a rub there from Morgan, which allows him to get his feet under him and knock down the triple.
Now the Huskers down 13. Gophers going to work. Patterson. Now to Cali. Patterson leads in for 2.
And turn the corner and get in the lane and create something.
to shoot for Odekale. 9 points today. Quiet in this second half from a scoring standpoint. Rigsby has to back it out. Now 5 to shoot. Patterson over Hoiberg. That two barely ripped.
Mitchell there to steal it away.
That was good. Team defense there to close off the opening that Martinelli had there for a second.
Patterson pull up, and Patterson bottoms out. Mullins to Hunger. And Hunger using his body misses the first shot, trying to get it back, and cannot do so. Odekale with the board.
Dawson's got to take Hunger off the bounce. Got to put speed in man.
Garcia kicks. Patterson is wide open, and Patterson finally hits. Patterson, the blow by, the putback. Yes, sir.
From three-point territory here today.
You talked about Minnesota had their scoring drought. Now Penn State about 2 minutes and 20 seconds where they have not scored. Can Minnesota gap them with this? Well,
Say that right. Penn State against Purdue. We've documented Minnesota, what they've done against Michigan and Oregon. And then sometimes you lay an egg like you do in some games like this in a much-needed win. But some clutch free throws here down the stretch for Penn State. Mitchell gives it off to Patterson. Patterson, wow, a tough two to get.
I think what happened earlier in the year was Dylan Andrews and Sky Clark, two basically point guards playing together. So who was the primary guy? Who was the one managing the team, getting the team in offense? Who was going to be more the off-ball scorer? And I think they figured out that it can be either or. And Sky Clark has really come on because I think he feels less pressure to get everyone involved and look for their defense.
1 out of every 10 possessions for the opponent. Just throw it up. And Adai Mara got it high, but then had it taken away low.
This is a good matchup for Adai Mara. Minnesota, not real tall, not real long. They're big. Like Mitchell's a big guy. But I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that. That Mara throw it up to him. They can't get to his release point or his catch point. He can play over the top all night against this Minnesota team.
Garcia still has not scored in this game. Isaac Osuma, the freshman off the bench.
He was good the other day against USC. Had 10 in the first half.
He was. And Patterson has been good. How many hockey player matchups do you get in college basketball?
None.
Good finish from Patterson. On the year. And misses 3 free throws in a row. The 1-and-1 earlier, now back-to-back.
Looked like Mick Cronin was going to go offense, defense. Mara at the table pulls him back after the misses.
They're trying to clear it out for Garcia. 30 points tonight. Gives it up. Patterson, aggressive, and Minnesota. This has been an inexplicable second half for UCLA shooting free throws.
Minnesota's got a chance to win. They're going to take this all the way down, or they should.
Patterson goes right at the rack. And Arkansas. Here's AG. Nice find to St. Thomas. Can't score in traffic, and a strong board for Garcia.
Those are plays you got to finish. In meaningful games like this, you never know what can happen.
Tough move for
which a lot of the time is in the paint, just having trouble finishing some of these plays at the rim.
Odekale. Tough shot for Patterson, and it goes.
They got Garcia leaning the wrong way. Easiest bucket of the week for Desmond Claude.
Patterson back inside.
This half for USC, they haven't made as many threes as they have the previous 3 halves. But a good sign. Abo gets that one to go down.
And a foul, and the basket counts. Patterson
there.
Claude, oh, that's really tough. He went right in, and Patterson walled up.
See if Minnesota goes early clock here.
Patterson's had a good game today at both ends. There's just so much traffic around Dawson Garcia. So Patterson will take and hit the 3 for a moment.
USC needed that.
Dawson Garcia just 5 points today for the Gophers.
If you had told Ben Johnson Garcia would have 5 points with 6 minutes to go in the game and you were up, he wouldn't have believed you.
He's got it here. 10 eyeballs looking at him, and he gives it up. Patterson's had a huge day, and it continues.
Didn't put it down around the knees. He put it up high. Nice job by Ivicic of diving when the opportunity presented itself.
All of Minnesota points coming from the three-point line. That's a 2.
Playing the percentage in terms of defending the three. Yeah, Oda Cali has shot it very well, but if you're Illinois, you're banking that the percentages start to catch up with it.
Illinois has attempted 8 shots, only 1 3 so far tonight. Patterson in the paint, shoots over Jonas.
Another savvy play there by Mitchell. On that spin move, Mitchell came over and got his hip into Ivicic, which limited his ability to actively contest that shot.
Boswell miss. Here's Patterson. Slithering his way inside. A couple of straight buckets with the rim and would not even land on his left foot.
Right.
He'd shoot with his right foot and then land on his right foot. Patterson against Johnson through the contact. And then one on Ivicic with 12. Under a minute to play. Patterson tests that ankle of Ivicic. He called it, goes Minnesota's way. Mitchell, big shot here for the Gophers. Nope. Garcia tipped it back out to Fox. Patterson over Boswell.
Oda Cali has to take off that armbar. That might have given him another opportunity to turn and face and maybe dribble drive, but that does not diminish the physicality put forth there by Oda Cali.
Patterson looking for an angle against Humbrick. Cows at Makai. Patterson against Iowa. Here's Riley, shoots over Garcia, missed it. Patterson against Jonas. Oda Cali with 3 threes in the first half. Now Patterson. Mitchell underneath. Got Ivicic up and Patterson.
No turnovers.
And no turnovers. Illinois as a team has turned it over 6 times. 5 of those have come here in the second half. And no give up there from the Tide.
In for the offensive rebounding situation, you got to take advantage of those second chance points.
Past the halfway mark here in the first half. We are on pace for a 20-12 first half score. Kai Patterson rattles one in. 2 fouls with under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Dawson Garcia just 4 points for Minnesota. Remember, he has scored 20 in 7 straight games. Inside, Patterson, what a find! Well, and Dawson Garcia himself has 4 of those 8 offensive rebounds. But he's just 4 of 12 from the floor. Patterson with a nice 2-step, and you talked about it earlier when you... Well, Penn State trailed 4-0. They didn't score until 6:40 into this ball game, but once they took a 5-4 lead, they have led the rest of the way. Minnesota has been playing uphill. Patterson, great body control. And Femi Oda Cali is out, his 5th coming on a technical. He got his 4th on a foul, and it right away was hit with his 5th thanks to the technical. So some foul trouble here for some of the starters for the Gophers. But they have a 6-point lead on the road. There's that man, Rigsby. Garcia, nice find! And Patterson into double.
Lane in a scoreable situation. Credit to Mitchell staying in the play right there and making it a more difficult scoring opportunity.
And you gotta force a turnover again. Rigsby just got hit in the face. Both teams in the double bonus. And Minnesota, as much of a problem it has been on the season at the free throw line. Different story tonight. The Gophers are 8 of 9 at the stripe.
If you're Minnesota, you got to find ways to get the basketball into Garcia's hands.
Patterson using his size, the fadeaway jumper, hits again.
His team now with 3 blocks. Diallo lost it.
What you got to do if you're the Gophers, stand up in that one-on-one defense. Diallo is a handful. Great job by Mike Mitchell.
Gophers is 1 of their last 7. Can Patterson change that trend? Yes.
Credit to the players. And certainly he's had a lot of good ones come through East Lansing over the years, but Tom Izzo is one of the greatest coaches that this sport has ever seen, and the job that he's done here, really impressive. He's picking up right where Judd Heathcote left off.
The guy Patterson connects. 2 impressive ones in the second half. Lead up to 21. Patterson. Well, he earned that too.
Because he's going up to give most of them.
That's not on him when the alley-oop doesn't work. Gophers had that lead down to 13, or the deficit. North of 20 again. Patterson.
For 3, his second. Confusion for Minnesota. Mitchell retrieves. The shot clock winding. Mitchell lost it right to Fox. On the cut. Patterson over the top.
That was a nice catch. Missionary. The tip, and then you reload, and then he just goes and tries to chase it down with 2 hands and gets his team an extra possession.
Whether it's been Fox this game, Frank Mitchell last game, one of those other post players for Minnesota stepping up with Garcia. Garcia rolling. Dish. Fox. Kick out. One-handed pass. Extra pass.
Such a prolific three-point shooter. If you have the ability then to shot fake, they have to respect you out there no matter how deep. That allowed him to get in the corner and rather than become a play finisher, a playmaker for others and Cook the beneficiary.
Oregon's above 50% now. They've cut this to 6. Right back in the game after trailing by 18. Tough 2 for Patterson, contested.
Up, and then the under and the step through. Brandon Angel, really the only reason offensively that Oregon was hanging around in the first 20 minutes. Kind of been held in check here in the second stanza, but really versatile offensive game for Brandon Angel.
First bucket of the second half, and we're tied again. Patterson, right over the top of Biddle.
Shots to get there. And you can see Iowa looking to score quickly now. If you're Minnesota, continue to utilize the equivalent of the running game. This is what has been able to put you in the position that you are now. Don't allow Iowa to take that away from you.
You can't run 4 corners, but you can try.
Yeah, Phil Ford's not walking through that door.
4 to shoot. Patterson with the fadeaway over Minnesota's had in this one. And now the pressure applied once more. Osama gets it across to Garcia, and they'll back it out. And now can Minnesota score after breaking the press in the half court?
This would be a time Garcia cannot hide. He's got to come and demand the ball.
Here's Osama. Jump stop. Patterson, 6 to shoot from the free throw line. Got a good look for 2. In Washington.
Dominant against UCLA.
You can see the season numbers for Golden. That 69% field goal number. #1 in the Big Ten. Here's Mitchell, guarded by Roddy Gale Jr. Gophers dead last in the conference in terms of scoring, averaging just 68 points per game. Late clock. Patterson a deep 2, knocks it down. His scoring is going up. On the 3, came in leading the Big Ten in three-point shooting. Knocks down his first tonight.
You talked about it before the game. He said when he shoots, it doesn't hit the rim. Well, that's a great example of it not hitting the rim. He's shooting at 50% from 3. It's unbelievable.
Efficient. Every asset of his game has been so efficient this year. His second year with the Wolverines, the transfer from Alabama as Lakai Patterson. Garcia goes up with Golden.
Minnesota's just battling. Everything that they're doing, they're playing physical. They're rebounding better this second half.
Osama. Here's Mitchell. Looking for an angle against Burnett. Here's what I was talking about. Shot clock winding down.
Absolutely.
Patterson lets it fly.
And sometimes that...
He's been hot. 6-0. Minnesota run is Golden missed the dunk.
It's been a night like that for Michigan offensively. And they still have 51 points.
Gophers outscoring Michigan 16-11 here in the second half. Patterson crosses over Cheddar. Heat check time for Lakai Patterson. Gophers a chance to take the lead. Evan led since it was a 15-14 game. Patterson around Golden, and the Gophers have the lead.
By Burnett there, just reading it. His defender loses vision, cuts right to the front of the ring.
Final minute. Lakai Patterson up top for three in the lead.
To overtime, and Mike Mitchell, last 2 games, he's averaged 5.5 points per game. 20. He's been really important. They've needed that third score. That's what he's been.
Lakai Patterson's had a good game. He's playing with 4 fouls. He has 17 points. Patterson against Donaldson. Tough shot. Friendly roll. Here. All tied at 78. Patterson with 8 to shoot. Guarded by Gale Jr. Fadeaway in the paint.
Ready to play. He was worried about Minnesota. They're being ready to play. Now the first 2 possessions on defense, Garcia really had an easy layup, and then they had a putback that didn't go in, and then Mitchell just steps out on a swing pass and hits a 3. So he wants them to play hard. And as you said, heat them up. He wants them to get into them and disrupt this game.
They didn't let Minnesota get into their offensive set till about 12 seconds on the clock. Down to 7, and they are getting after him on the defensive end. 3 to shoot for the Gophers. They get a good look and hit.
Look, bench, Kapari going up, meeting them. Not only blocking the thing, getting his stuff.
Patterson got the 5-eye and drills the 3.
2 up and 2 down here to start the game between Minnesota and Wisconsin. They'll play twice this season. Next matchup will be in Minneapolis on March 5th.
And these teams should always play twice. I know there's an unbalanced schedule. I understand that, but you want to try to make rivalries. You got to get them twice a season.
Important, especially in the expanded Big Ten, to preserve those rivalries.
I totally agree.
That's Patterson, who launches a 3 and hits. That's the shot.
Still really good ball movement by the Badgers. They're getting quality looks here to start the second half.
Lakai Patterson going to work on Janicki.
Ohio State having the Hayfie out. Shot clock at 2, at 1. Thornton got it up. That grazed the rim. And Frank Mitchell clears.
And pretty good defense from Isaac Osama, too, guarding Bruce Thornton.
Thornton already has 1 foul. He was in the hip pocket of Lakai Patterson. Lane opens up, and Patterson takes advantage.
He doesn't need to hunt threes. I'm not saying to stop being aggressive, to shoot threes, because he's elite in that category, but he's got to trust that the good ones are going to come.
Here's Patterson attacking and scoring. Mobley, top 5 in the Big Ten. Fox, late clock. He knocked down 1 3 earlier this year. And Osama with a tip. And now Patterson lets it fly. Back and forth we go. Soft touch as the Gophers wanted to walk, but Stewart with the bucket.
That's twice that short roll with Stewart. where he catches it. He sprayed it out to Mobley for a three that time. No one stopped him, so he took the floater. His first points tonight, Patterson answers. Mike Mitchell, 13 points, struggled against Purdue. Some big baskets he made in the second half. Patterson with 4, with 3, the fadeaway, yes. Wanting the slip to come. And the backside defense read it the whole way. Can't telegraph those passes. Fox knocked down. 2 big free throws. Minnesota has the ball, leading by 2. Good deny from Thornton. 4 to shoot. Patterson spinning, attacking. Off the glass. And 1. Six-point game, final 20 seconds. Patterson knocked it down. Both. 4-point game. Patterson across the half-court line, lets it fly. It's good, but only a...
Jaden Martin from Oregon State. A chaotic shot. And the Bears just can't find anything to fall offensively. Lakai Patterson finally hits his first field.
Another turnover. Full court pressure. Morris got Odekale up, who made the adjustment.
Nice block there by Odekale. Goes vertical, uses his length on the smaller Brown.
Patterson knocks down the 3.
Coach John, he can knock it down if you leave him alone. Great pick and pop. The switch was late from Lakai Patterson.
FDU has some three-point shooters, guys that are around 40% this season, but now we're seeing the threes go.
Minnesota's done a great job of forcing a lot of those shots over the top. Low percentage shots. It can make them really good defense.
Push this lead into double digits, and Patterson does.
Lakai Patterson.
Manuel forced it. Air ball, Mitchell the rebound. FDU trying to foul. Replay on. It's Patterson.
I like what I'm seeing so far from the Hoosiers.
Apollo really had to work on his conditioning when he played at Arizona. They get up and down the court. Got himself into great shape. Here's Mitchell stepping back and rattling one home. Soda on the run. Odekale through the lane, but he can't finish. Rebound to Mitchell. Lakai Patterson inside the arc.
He's going to have to mix his J's and drives tonight, because anytime he drives or he posts, he's going to get double teamed.
And then off the turnover, it's Patterson.
Really enjoyed spending time with Ben Johnson. Covered him as a player and watching his maturation as a head coach here. I think he's doing a fantastic job. His team is starting to come together a little bit, this older group.
This one features 10 seniors, tied for the most of any team in the Big Ten with USC. Late clock for Patterson, and the 3 falls.
Going first.
Out of the timeout, this shot from Frankie Fiddler on the floor, and here comes Minnesota with the ball down 4. Izzo likes his depth this year, don't you think so too?
Oh yeah. I mean, and the fact that you can bring Frankie Fiddler off the bench, an experienced scorer, bigger body, versatile on the defensive side. Now you got Xavier Booker coming off one of his better games.
Patterson off to a quick start. 78-60. Garcia, no. It's about to Patterson. Yes.
Frank Mitchell still
there, and Freeman leading the team in scoring, trying to continue that today.
Osma driving, finds Patterson. Pull up Jay, good. Lakai Patterson
is on the court.
Garcia. On the shot clock. Minnesota looking for something. Patterson spin and great finish. From beyond the arc, keeping his team alive.
And yeah, just incredible shooting performance from him today. And he is a high volume three-point shooter, averaging at least 5 attempts a game. But today he already has 10.
Lakai Patterson.
Reed and Mitchell battling. Cross-court feed. Salas rises. Rebound to Rigsby. Minnesota trying to lift the lid off the rim, as they say.
Well, they're playing with much better pace early in this basketball game. They haven't made a shot, but I like the pace they're playing with. It's good.
There's Patterson.
Yeah.
Fit out seems like each year on average a roster is going to have, what, 5 or 6 new players? That's like the average number in college basketball.
Sure.
So Patterson running the point for a Minnesota team without one of those returning starters. That's his second basket. Xavier team. They lost on the road. Cintas Center. That's a tough place to play. They had that place rocking at 11 a.m. for early morning tip. And then yesterday to an unbeaten and ranked Florida team. Patterson. So, okay, it's the reverse this time. Spillers with a game-high 12. Knotted up at 27, 7 seconds here for Patterson. He attacks, goes up, throws it in with 2 seconds to go. Season. Hildreth attacks, knifes into the paint. Garcia knocked it away.
Excellent defense that time by the Gophers. Just simply keeping themselves in front of the ball and their man.
Oh, Patterson behind the back, step back. Trayvon Spillers again.
Yeah, nice adjustment that time. Trayvon Spillers, one of those guys that's 6'7", but because of his athleticism, he plays more like he's 6'9".
Wake Forest has not led by much, but it has led for most of the second half relative to Minnesota. In fact, this is its largest lead of the game. That's how tight this one has been. Patterson trying to break down the veteran. He spins on him, goes up with the right. Acrobatic. Quick burst by the Gophers. Odekale wide open. That three is down and out. Garcia knocks it out.
He's played well coming into this basketball game. He's just got to get a feel. Right now, I think he's settling from the perimeter, which tends to happen when...
4-point lead for Wichita. They've never led by more than 4, but they have led for the majority of this game. The Shockers.
That was frustrating there. Lakai Patterson didn't get the basketball.
Wichita State only plays a couple of bigs, Bosniak and Ballard, but at times.
Veteran, experienced.
The 6th year, 240-pound. Of course, we need some post depth. And it was Beverly, to your point, who stepped up. I think you would have had a handful. I'd like to think that. If they saw you, they knew your numbers. It's a 1-point game, Damian. Semifinal number 1.
So he works his way into the paint. Turnaround jumper, passes out of it. Pritchard, 3-ball, air ball, long. Fox with the board. He gives up for Garcia.
Well, really good defense by Lakai Patterson.
Caden Betts checks in for the first time here in this one as well. Gophers now on a 9-0 run. Fox. Jump pass. Osima. Lakai Patterson steps into one. Connects.
Austin Garcia with 8. Also 4 for Osima and Mitchell.
Odekale coming in, averaging 5.2 rebounds a game. He averaged just over 6 a game last year at New Mexico State. And he picks up number 500 here in this one. 6 on the shot clock for the Golden Gophers. Patterson steps into it. It's good. Central Michigan going back into their full court pressure here. It'll be Pritchard picking up Patterson as he crosses the timeline. Fox at the logo. Osama left wing. Patterson receives the screen from Fox, right side. Working in, pulls up, and connects. He'll be careful not to pick up a second technical foul, but for now, he gives the Chippewas another 2-point lead.
Well, this has been a game where personalities have certainly shown out. Lots of extracurricular activities, and so good to see the players having fun, but definitely have to keep it tame enough, make sure they're not harming their team with it.
Patterson, 6 on the shot clock. Working on Vasco. Pulls up a 3, sticks it. Pritchard, all alone to the paint. It's blocked by Mitchell. Patterson, back the other way. Mid-range. Gets the bounce. Gophers back at 17-10. Osama slows things down. A freshman with the patience of a senior. 10 on the shot clock. Garcia, handoff Patterson. Takes a screen from Mitchell. Step back 3. High bounce, it goes!
Played a lot together in a team that hasn't played very much at all.
And Poulikides is so good at coming off of those screens. Again, Coach Johnson talked about him being Casey Tournabout, and it is. Like, you have to stay on the hip. If not, he's gonna score that basket every time.
This has been a dominating effort from Yale. 23-4. Patterson hits a jumper and fighting the Minnesota offense, but the fans as well. Mbang with a wild shot. And here come the Gophers back again. A 7-3 start to the second half, and they can add to it right here. Patterson with Alaton in his feet
to create the shot clock violation. Multiple efforts on the defensive end there by Minnesota.
It's a huge win in the turnover margin for Minnesota in this game. Plus 10. Shot clock at 10. Patterson trying to maneuver. Over Townsend, the floater.
Mitchell, errant pass, but Osama's able to corral it. Rigsby, Patterson, poked away again. Trying to find anything. Still tough defense. Fading shot finally goes. And then Brennan Rigsby 3 to start off the game for Minnesota. Inside Sissoko fighting for it. Mitchell will get it. Bounced away from him, and once again, the effort diving on the floor. Frank Mitchell, a hustle guy.
Frank the Tank, I think I just gave him a nickname, but he's been playing very physical, going toe-to-toe. Really hard and tough to defend in the post like that.
Odie Cali, moving around, trying to get open, cannot, picks up his dribble. Makai Patterson going one-on-one. Giselle hounds him. Corner 3, hits. to the wing. The three-pointer is no good. Off the rim from Rosario. And Minnesota pushes with tempo again. Trailing. Patterson knocks it down, and the Gophers.
And so we'll see if they make that adjustment or if they're trying to focus on that right now.
Minnesota now over 4 minutes without a bucket. Needs something here on the offensive end. Patterson, tough shot. He hits. Why not? He hit.
Figure out before conference play.
Yeah, and fighting complacency as well as these starters are in. It's probably a statement from Coach Johnson. He wants them to continue to keep the foot on the gas in these final 3.5 minutes. Mitchell gets it inside. Garcia turns. Navarro on him, dumps it down. Patterson, turnaround jumper is pure.